Hello everyone, welcome back to another a 1v1 battle here for Warhammer. I'm bringing the greenskins. We're facing off against the Beastmen. I mentioned a while ago that I wanted to try Savage Orc Arrow Boys, so we have 3 Savage Orc Arrow Boys. I have the Rusty Arrows, we have 1 normal Savage Orc, a main line of 4 Savage Orc Biggins, 2 Black Orcs, 2 Goblin Big Bosses, a random Goblin there. Azag the Slaughter on a Flying Mount since we're facing the Beastmen. I was going to bring Warzag, but against Beastmen, like, Azag on the Flying Mount, like that's one of the times he can actually go on the Flying Mount and not have to worry too much. Then we also have the AP Loonies here to try and take charges and just sit there and help my front line hold it for as long as possible. The enemy has 2 Centaurs over here on the left flank. On the right we have a group of Harpies. We have multiple Ungor Spearmen herds on the flanks. The main line is made up mostly of Gore herds, 1 Bestigore, 2 Gore Bulls. We have Beast Lord and then a Bray Shaman of Beasts is going to be their leadership. So immediately I'm going to fly over here and I'm going to cast a Spear Leech on the Bray Shaman of Beasts and try and knock him out early. My goal is to try and get my army up like that to try and limit the amount of flanks that the enemy can do, force them to go around here where my Savage Orcs are, because they are pretty strong. Harpies really could be coming in here, and the thing is, like, the plan, friends, let's actually pause it. The reason why Savage Orc Arrow Boys may be okay, is because they still do have Frenzy. They still are immune to Psychology as long as Frenzy holds, and their weapon strength is 38, and their melee attack is up to 32 with Frenzy activated, so their defense sucks. But for units that are usually like fast attack, like puppies or harpies, actually harpies have decent melee defense now that I think about it. But a lot of fast attack units, they don't have much in the way of defense. They are expected to go up against archers that can't defend themselves. But the Savage Orc Arrow Boys can. Basically, they have a high weapon strength and they have a really high melee attack for some archers. So that's why I was going to give them a shot. So here we go. Let's see how they do. So again, the AP Loonies, I want to try and move up here to try and break the charge of the enemy forces and then do a counter charge with mine. I do see the Harpies coming over here, but like for the once, I don't care if they get into my Savage Orc Arrow Boys. Same thing with the Centaurs, although I am going to run interference with the Goblin Big Boss to try and slow their charge. I'm also going to bring Azek over here to try and fight the Centaurs. And then my army here, you can see I'm going to charge into the AP Loonies. They're going to take some of the charge. Then we're going to go bloop, 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 bloop. And the Azek's going to go bloop. I'm going to just like, okay, that's fine. I take these guys to melee mode. I'm going to do a charge here, I think, at the very end. There we go. Meanwhile, the other 3 over here are focusing down the Gorbulls here. So the Rusty Arrows are mainly the big cause of damage here. We have Harpies flying over here. I'm keeping the Savage Orcs trying to nearby them. I am going to run this Goblin Big Boss because I think this Gorbull is trying to pierce through our lines. So like, I just need to stop him from getting back here. We need to focus him down. So the Goblin Big Boss is going to take some damage. These guys are going to pull away from Azak and the Savage Orcs to try and do a rear charge over here with the Harpies. But that's okay. We're going to go throw in the Gobbos. We're going to chase them with the Savage Orc Arrow Boys. We're going to chase them with this and chase them with Azak. We're going to throw a second Spear Leech over here on the Bray Shaman of Beast soon. You can see the Gore herds trying to break because Savage Orc Biggins are just so much better than Gore herds are. There goes the second Spear Leech. Black Orcs are just crushing the best Gores because they're Black Orcs. And the Goblin Big Boss held for a long time this Gorbul. Long enough for the archers to focus down one Gorbul for the most part with help of the Black Orcs. And then this guy held this guy off long enough so now we can switch fire over to him and he's already half dead because the Black Orcs are also fighting him. Meanwhile, the 2 Centaurs and the Harpies were retreating. At least the Harpies are actually routed and the Centaurs are going to be coming back. But like, they dealt some damage to us, but the Savage Orcs are dealing a lot of damage to the Centaurs too. Azag is also helping the situation. I'm actually going to pull him back over here and assist the Gobbos, trying to get focus fire down on the Gorbulls, and now we're going to focus fire on the Beast Lord, and you can see like their entire front line, none of them are better than the Savage Orc Biggins or the Black Orcs. So the front line held really well. The Centaurs, they couldn't really kill the Savage Orc. I mean, they are killing, but they couldn't kill them all outright because we had units nearby like the Savage Orc Biggins, Azag. We had leadership, one of which is now chasing off this Gorbul. This one is just buffing the leadership over here. And now we're going to get a mass rout of the enemy army.
Moving fast.
And there we go. It's a quick one. I've had a lot of long ones recently, but this is just a 1v1. I like to throw 1v1s in there every now and again because I just want to be sure that I can still do 1v1s. Yeah, good game to choke and die. And you can just see, man, Savage Orcs in general, it's weird. Like, before their buff, they were never used because they were kind of, they weren't the worst unit in the game, but they weren't also that crazy. But it feels like just the attunement that they put to them makes them really good against so many different situations, especially Beastmen. Like, Savage Orc Biggins, I think, can trade really well against even Bestigores. Now, my Black Orcs crush the Bestigores, but I think Savage Orc Biggins can trade well into Bestigores, and they're cheaper. So you can see it paid off right here. The AP Loonies, again, they were just there to help hold the center against their leadership, which is where I assumed they would be. Azag sniped the Bray Shaman of Beast for the most part. We got an okay amount of kills here. They're not going to be super high, because these guys are focusing down Gorbles, which is why I threw in the Rusty Arrows. I was going to do 3 Savage Orcs, but then I was like, the only anti-Gorble tactic I have is Spirit Leech and then Black Orcs, really. So I wanted to make sure we threw in the Rusty Arrow, which makes these 3 that more potent against a Gorble. Even though these guys are inaccurate, though, so focusing down a single target with these guys is probably, honestly, like a waste of time, but any damage is good damage against a Gorble, I always say, starting now. For Joke and Die, the Beastsword was duking it out with our Gabos and our Black Orcs in the middle, so he fared okay against fighting the heavily armored Black Orcs. But yeah, like the rest of their line, just, I mean, and then the Harpies and the flanking force of the Centaurs were shut down by my leadership, and just the nature of the Savage Orc Arrow Boys being really high damage units, especially against these soft targets like Harpies and Centaurs. Again, that's why they potentially could be okay, because they can do some damage with their arrows. They are less accurate. I don't know by how much, because there is no stat that shows how accurate they are. It just says, like, hey, these guys are inaccurate. It's just a trait of theirs. They seem to do well enough, though, but I don't know. Thanks for watching. Let's go watch a cinematic view. Again, good game to Joke and Die.
What?
Maybe they need to tune down Savage Orcs. I don't know. They just trade so well against so many different types of units now. So many different types of units. I think this is probably the first, maybe second game I've ever brought a Savage Orc Arrow Boy. Maybe even the first in like all my 300 plus games. How crazy is that? Maybe I should bring them more often. But yeah, these guys were designed to break the charge here, and they're going to do that a little bit. And they're unbreakable, so they can just absorb damage. Like, that's fine. I was going to try and tar pit a Minotaur unit with these guys, but there were no Minotaur units besides the Oracle. It's hard to stop those. But yeah, that's what their actual objective was to tar pit Minotaur troops. Savage Orcs just going to get in your face like, I don't give a fuck. Charges. We got these big choppers, man. We did 38 damage. And we got Azak here. What? Yeah, get the hell out of it. Get the hell back. Meanwhile, the Savage Orc Bing's like, what the hell? Look at their, like, hold on. Let's pause this game. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Alright, so look at these Beastman choppers. Like, I mean, you know, they're made of metal. That's cool and all. But then, like, just look right here. Like, look at this chopper. Look at that chopper. It's just a simple size, man. Why? It doesn't matter if there's made of stone and wood. They got the bigger choppers, so they win. And it shows here. There you go. You want to know who wins the game? Who has bigger weapons? Easy. Like, get the fuck out of here. We invented dual-wielding axes. Meanwhile, our Rusty Arrow's just over here just sniping Gorbles all day, every day. Oh, you want to charge our Gabos? Alright, charge our Gabos. That's fine. They're trying to get to the Savage Orcs, but they're not even attacking the Gabos. That's fine. Attack the Savage Orcs, man. They got choppers. Chop in your face. Blah, 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 all over your face. And Azag, what? I think that's mostly all they have left. Yeah. And then the Ungor, I mean, like, look at their actual spear tips. Can I zoom in? I can't. Look at that spear tip in comparison to this giant chopper. Like, what? Get out of here. Just go. So yeah, Savage Orc Arrow Boys. I don't know. This is my first game with them. They seem to do okay. They fought Centaurs pretty well, but they were backed up by Azag, so like in a 1v1. Actually, no, I'll probably test that. I'll probably just create like custom games and just throw them against like multiple amounts of, or not, different types of fast attackers like Centaurs and Chaos Puppies, just to see how well they hold up. I imagine they'll do really well against those cheap light attackers and like Gabo, you know, Wolf Riders and stuff like that. I imagine they would. Anyway, again, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. You know what? Fuck. This is so quick of a game. Let's just go in here. Don't worry about that Balthazar Geld build. Don't worry about the Balthazar Geld build with double Witch Hunter. Don't worry about that. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. Get out of here. Where are the greenskins? Here we go. So let's just test it out real quick. Let's throw out Grimgore there, why not? And where are my archers at? And the thing is, like, they're the same price as a normal Savage Orc, and they do, I think, about the same damage too. Let's see. Yeah, the weapon strength is the exact same. They have the same choppas. And the only real difference is that these guys have a higher chart. Well, it's actually, they have a lot more models. So that gives them more hit points. I mean, there's no doubt these guys are better in melee. But, like, looking at the stat-wise, in terms of attack damage, like, they're not that much better. They do have a high charge bonus. But still, like, I almost would substitute Savage Orcs just for Savage Orc Arrow Boys. Maybe. Anyway, let's try... Who would they run up against? Who would be... Well, who would I bring them against? Well, let's just try this matchup 1v1. Let's see how well... Actually, no one brings normal Centaurs. They usually bring Centaurs with great weapons. That was the first time I've seen a Centaur. Not a bad choice, though, against Greenskins, really, because what cav do they have that's really super armored? The highest one they have is the renowned Orc Boar Boy Biggin, and hardly anyone brings that because it's so damn expensive. Yeah, you know, Centaur, sure, why not? Why the hell not?
Say my name.
They're so cool. Alright, so the goal is for these guys to... Nope. You want to see how much damage you can do and then do in melee. Don't attack Grimgore. Centaurs don't attack Grimgore. Attack the archers, they're squishy. Sons of bitches, they always go for your leadership. The AI is so dumb. The AI is so dumb. Come over here. Don't let my... I'm trying to do tests. You piece of shit. Alright. Just go into melee. Go into melee. Don't attack. It's so hard to test with the AI. They never do what you want them to do. But look at that damage. Although some of that was from the arrows. Yeah, it's hard to test this because of fucking beast. Get out of here. Get out of here. Stop it. Like, that's not bad. I think these guys could do really well against Centaurs of any kind. Maybe. Unless they're doing repeating charges, then that could really hurt. But not that many people have micro good enough to do repeating charges during the middle of a battle. Also, some of that damage may be from Grimgore. I don't know. Whatever. It's inconclusive. AI's dumb. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Take care.